I'm Cassia Faye Hayden. Welcome to my channel. Today I have something that I normally wouldn't post, but it's not one of my uh, it's not one of my usual videos. So I don't have a tag for it. Um, but so I've been looking online for different things to help my dog relax for when I'm not home or when I go to bed. He's doing better about when I go to bed. He's gotten pretty quiet until he wakes up in the morning and has to go to the bathroom, which I kind of expect anyway. But he's getting actually kind of worse about when I leave. I actually had to drag my cage into the house, and thankfully he fits in it. I have two of them. One's like really big, and then one's like big, but still small dog size or medium dog size. But so I brought my big one in, and I wasn't sure he was going to fit in it, so I measured it first, and then I measured him, and I was like, oh, okay, so he'll fit on that. So I actually measured the size of the folded blanket that I had on the floor that he was laying on to know whether or not he would fit in it before going out and measuring the cage itself. And that's how I kind of gauged whether or not he'd fit in it, because if he fits on the folded blanket with room to spare, he fits in the cage. So, and when I brought it in, sure enough, he fits in it just fine. I had an issue before about putting him in a cage because I was told when I got him that he had been left in a cage pretty much 24/7. And that's why they didn't know what toys he likes to play with, or what toys would be good for him. And he has separation anxiety because he's been returned multiple times because of that. Because it's really hard to have proper behavior with a dog when someone's kept them caged 24/7. If they're not, I mean, he was potty trained. He's potty trained. But when I got him, that was the only training he had. He didn't understand anything. So he didn't even understand what a toy was. So I had to introduce toys to him and like show him how to play with them. Like actually put them into his mouth and be like, this is a toy. It's yours. You can play with it. And he's just sitting there staring at it like, what am I supposed to do with this? What is that? And I mean, I've tried multiple different toys, and he had the same reaction with every single thing until he started to figure out that they are toys. He can chew on them. He can play with them, but yeah. So he had some issues with being left behind. If I went outside for even a minute without him, he would trash my house. He has started getting better over the last 2 months, and it's about halfway through this month, I think. No, it's not halfway through this month quite yet. It's getting there, but but right, but I got him on the 4th of July, so it hasn't been fully 3 months, 2.5 months yet. But I've had him for about 2 months, and he's gotten better about me walking outside. He doesn't trash the house as much anymore. If I go out for like a minute, but if I leave, he will destroy my whole house, and that's just getting worse. He actually started destroying furniture, so I had to pull out the cage. And if I don't put him in a cage at night, he will pee and poop on my floor in the spare room. If I don't cage him at night, so there's that. So, and he won't go in the cage unless he can't hold it. And I mean, it's not his fault if he's in a cage and can't hold it. So, yeah. So, so, like, and he is getting better about telling me that he has to go, because he didn't know how to tell me before. He would he would whine and he would hold it, try to hold it as long as possible until I could take him out to go potty. And instead of telling me he had to go, I just had to keep taking him out over and over and over again periodically, which I still do, but at least in between those times, if he has to go, at least now he tells me, so now I know, so I can take him out instead of just like keep taking him out and in between there be accidents. So, you know, because he wouldn't tell me. Now he's going to the door and scratching on the door. So now I know that if it's in between one of the times I normally take him out, if he scratches on the door, obviously he's got to go. So now I know. And now he knows how to tell me. So, I mean, that's not how I wanted him to learn to tell me how that he has to go. But, you know, he, at least he's telling me now. It's better than him going on the floor because he doesn't know how to tell me in between my usual times of taking him out. But he's usually pretty good about holding it. And now that he knows how to let me know that he has to go, now he's going out more and more now. And not having to hold it unless it's like nighttime and I'm sleeping. And he does whine when he has to go in the cage, to wake me up to make sure I let him out. And that's good. I consider that a good thing. Yes, it wakes me up, but it's good because that way he doesn't have an accident. So I can get up, I can take him out, I can wait for him to go potty, and maybe go potty myself while I'm waiting for him. And then I can go back to bed afterwards after he comes back in. And he's also getting better about me being able to put him outside by himself. He's never done this. He's never let me leave him outside alone. Ever. He would freak out. He would rip himself off the chain, whether breaking the clip or chewing the chain. But now he's just going potty. He's running around. He's playing with his ball. He's just having a good old time instead of freaking out because I'm not out there, which is good. Because I mean, I do want to be out there with him as much as possible. So one, he doesn't feel like I'm abandoning him. Two, so people don't think I put him out there long term to just sit out there and not be watched, because that's not right. But it does help me be able to go run into the bathroom and pee or do something real quick, like shut off my whatever I'm watching on TV, or pause that, or like if I have something, cooking, shut that off or pause that real quick before I go back out with him, or whatever I'm doing that has to be stopped in order to help him go potty, so I don't end up having to rewind shit or end up with burnt food or whatever. So I can get stuff done while I'm taking him out, because he's now letting me leave him for a few minutes, and just enjoying his time out there. So that's good, because what are you doing? Because he didn't do that before. He would freak out. But for the last couple of days, he's actually been willing to be outside by himself for a little bit. I think he would let me leave him out longer, but I don't want him out longer by himself. So, yeah. But anyway, that's not the reason for this video. I just wanted to update you guys on how he's doing. He is pretty well trained with the slow, and because he doesn't understand the word heal. He knows how to heal. He just doesn't understand the word. So when I say slow, obviously we know slow means heal. So he knows how to heal, and he's getting better about it. He's getting more energetic, which, okay, I know you guys are probably thinking, more energetic? Oh no. Well, when I got him, he was a zombie from all his trauma. he had no reaction whatsoever. So, I mean, he was sweet, very sweet, but he was not hyper and playful like a husky puppy should be. Not even close. He was the most tame dog I have ever seen. And you only get that with a husky or a puppy or a husky, let alone a husky puppy. You only see that if they're traumatized. So, yeah, he was pretty traumatized. So he's getting out of that and feeling more himself and more at home and feeling more playful, more hyper, more energetic. And now when he goes outside, if he doesn't have to go to the bathroom right away, he'll run in a circle, and it's adorable. But he'll just run in a circle. I mean, his chain isn't on a circle; it's hooked up to the post on my porch. So I mean, he can go back and forth. He can go wherever he wants, except for like past my other porch. He can't go past my other porch. But he can go pretty far. He can go to the other side of my shed. He can go to the, as far as almost touching the neighbor's house. I mean, he can't touch the neighbor's house, but he can, like, almost. Like, he's literally hits their property line. So he can't go over their property line. But he can go pretty much everywhere in the yard, and it's except for past my porch and behind my shed. But it's good because he's got plenty of room to run, and he runs in circles, and it's super cute, and he's got his toys, and he loves his toys, and I have figured out what toys work for him and what toys he enjoys. And I mean, only 2 months. They had him for a year, and didn't know anything about what he likes and what works for him. I've had him 2 months, and I know every single toy he likes, every single toy that works for him. It's only been 2 months. They couldn't even give me a list, let alone have toys for him. But I mean, I only expected to get a dog. But they should have known what kind of toys he likes after having him for a year. I mean, that's kind of the first thing you try after you get them weaned off of their mom, the toys. It teaches them things like and it helps them with energy. Like fetching, or not, even if they don't fetch, even if they don't bring it back. I mean, he doesn't bring it back. He doesn't know how. He doesn't know how to fetch. He just knows how to grab it, hold it in his mouth, and run around the yard in a circle with the ball in his mouth, just running around in a circle. And then he drops it, and he's like, "Where'd my ball go?" And then he picks it up, and then starts running in a circle. But it's cute. But he does not understand toys. He does not understand how to play. He doesn't understand play commands. Like, Sam taught him how to shake, but that's pretty much the only play command he knows how to do. He knows how to sit. He knows how to heel. He knows how to come. He knows stay, but he doesn't stay. He doesn't like stay. But he knows it. He just doesn't like it. He's like, screw that. I'm gonna do what I want. He's kind of like a cat like that. But he knows his commands, and he does hold still for me when I need him to hold me up, or if I need him to help pull me up, he'll stand still until I have a good enough grip on him, and then he'll start slowly moving in the direction I need him to pull me. He knows how to do those things, And I mean, he's really, really good at his job. Um, he did have an issue this week when we went to the courthouse. He he kind of got scared, and he's never done that before. There, he's always performed his job perfectly there, perfectly. But I think he got a sense that day, because that day they kind of started yelling at me in the lobby, like where the machine is that you have to walk through. They kind of started yelling at me. So I think he got a vibe that they were angry at me to begin with, and I think that's why he freaked out, because animals can sense that stuff, and his reactions to uh sensing that people are angry is very traumatic. Like, you can tell that he was not properly cared for before I had him, because his automatic reaction to sensing someone's angry is to back away and act terrified. So, yeah. So, yeah, we go through the thing, and normally he just holds me up, walks me through very easily. Um, but he just started pulling away, and they started screaming at me. Not only about him freaking out, which they know that he's never done that there before, and I don't know, but they started screaming at me and telling me that I can't have him in there if he's going to act like that. And I'm like, well, he's never done this before. And you can't tell me I can't have him in here because I mean, I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. I was like, you can't tell me I can't have him in here because he's my service dog. I need him to hold me up. It's his job. What are they going to do when I can't take my walker there in the winter and I have to walk all the way over there and then all the way back? In the winter, I can't take my walker there in the winter because it doesn't go through snow. So in the winter, it's either they're going to have to let me bring him in, or I can't come. And I have to come, because if I don't come, I get in trouble. So yeah. But they started screaming at me about that, and then they started screaming at me saying that I smell and I can't be there if I smell. And I'm like, what do you want from me? I don't want to be here either. I don't have a choice. I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. I was totally thinking it. I was like, really, I don't want to be here. If I had a choice, I wouldn't be here. But I mean, they're like, you smell, you can't come in here if you smell. And I'm like, okay. But like I've mentioned in a few of my other videos, I just got my carpet out, and I have been cleaning nonstop for the last 2 months. So sometimes, one, it's seeped into my clothes and I haven't been able to get it out yet, because it hasn't been that long that I've gotten the carpet out. Two, it's a process of getting everything else clean. And until everything else is clean, that smell is still in there. Three, even once everything is clean, which it all is now, it seeps into the walls and into the floor. So the only way to get rid of that smell is to paint everything with Kilz. The only way. I mean, you can open windows, what windows actually open, which there's only 2 that open and one doesn't have a screen. So for the last 2 months, when it's not cold out at night, I have to shut it at night because I'm freezing. Even with all the windows closed and all the fans and ACs off, in my room, it feels like it's winter in here. And I'm shivering with all the blankets in the house on top of me. And it's still summer. There is a leak in my windows. I don't know where it is. which you would think that that would be the warmest room in the house because it only has 2 windows and they're not very big. This room is mostly windows. So you'd think this would be the coldest room and that would be the warmest room, but this is the warmest room and my bedroom is the coldest room. Don't ask me why. It must be the leaks in the windows. That's the only thing I can think of, is that it must be the leaks in the windows. But the only way to get rid of that smell is to paint everything, every inch of my house with Kilz. And I mean, I am going to polyurethane the wood stuff, but that'll just make it smell like polyurethane because polyurethane is very strong. So that's not going to be a good smell, but at least it'll seal away any animal smells. But the carpet was bad and I needed it gone. And it's finally gone and it's finally clean in here. And I just need to get rid of the smell that is embedded into my whole house. It's not my fault that the house still smells and that my clothes still smell and my walker smells, because I haven't been able to get the smell out of the house yet because I currently can't afford paint. And the reason I can't afford paint right now is because someone keeps hacking my bank account. So someone keeps hacking my bank account, and I had to overdraft on both to pay both my power bill and my phone bill. Normally, I don't have to overdraft to pay either one. So, and I have 2 separate accounts, which was not intentional. I tried to move everything over to Huntington, and I did it multiple times, and it never took. I don't know what's going on with Social Security for them to not transfer it over, even though I did it. I went in there 3 times. Sam brought me. I went in there 3 times to make them do it. I called them 4 times to make them do it. So 4, 5, 6, 7 times. 7 times I asked them to transfer it from NetSpend to Huntington, and they never did it. So I have 2 separate bank accounts. So it does allow me to overdraft more, but that's not necessarily a good thing, because when I overdraft twice, yeah, it allows me to make sure my bills do get paid, but when I overdraft twice, it's double the money I don't have the next month. It sucks. But I mean, yeah, it's convenient when I need the overdrafts, but it's not convenient the next month. So, yeah, so someone keeps hacking my accounts, and so because of that, I haven't been able to get my bills paid with the money I'm supposed to have to pay them. I'm supposed to have enough to pay my rent, my power bill, my phone bill, and then on top of it be able to afford to support my channel. Which I haven't been able to do because I haven't been able to get my bills paid because of these hackers making me have to overdraft for my bills. It's bullshit, but it is what it is. So hopefully they don't do it again this coming month. And if they don't, thank God, I can finally actually slowly fix that, because I mean, I still have the overdraft, so it's still going to take that money out of my next check, my next 2 checks, because I get 2 a month. I get the SSI and the regular Social Security that I draw off my mom. So there's that. So I probably will have to wait until not next month. Sorry, there was something. I think it was a fly or whatever. I don't know what it was, but it looked bug-esque. But anyway, so I'll have to wait until not next month, but the following month to hope if they don't hack my account again, to hope that it evens itself out before I can really put any money into the channel again, or put money into repairs and remodeling. Kind of, to be honest, even though how bad it is and how much I need it, even though I consider it repairs, doing the floor and the walls is really remodeling, but it needs it. It's important. So I mean, kills to cover the whole house is going to be more than 1 month worth of money. But it needs it. And I mean, that's why I didn't fully move in yet, because I am going to do this pretty much myself. I'm not going to hire somebody to move my furniture and then do my floor. I'm going to move everything to one side of the house, and make sure that I can actually get through and the animals can get to their stuff. Because when I had the carpet taken out, the person who did it, they blocked off. You had to climb over everything from the door and climb over everything to get to the living room, because they just did a whole line of blocking off the entire room of moving my stuff, rather than having common sense to just move it from like in a way that you can actually get through. Like, I mean, come on, common sense. If not move it to one side of the room to where you can get through, at least make a path so you can get through. Hello? But, yeah. But anyway, so, I mean, you can't always expect people to do things right. You can hope, but it doesn't always happen. Sorry, the blanket that's on my futon on my couch. This isn't actually my real couch. My real couch is still in storage. But the blanket on my futon was like tickling my legs, and I didn't like the feeling of that, so I just tucked it under because it was bothering me. But anyway, so yeah, I know how to tile and I know how to paint. So, and stick on tile is really easy. I mean, I can't lift the whole pallets of tile. I mean, they're not really pallets. They're like, stacks. I can't lift those. Those are really heavy. But I can lift a single piece and slather the glue on the floor. It is stick on tile, but you still have to glue it down. Put the little glue on the floor and then peel the stick off and then stick it down and take the little thingy and make sure it's properly pressed down and gonna stay, and then put on the next piece and keep going. It's not hard. It's not a difficult thing to do. It's easy. But just like painting is easy. You just use a roller. Just make sure everything's clean first. You just use a roller. And you tape things to make sure you don't get paint on things. And I mean, there are people that know how to paint without tape, and there are ways to do it. You have to be very careful, but I have ADHD. So that's not the way I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use tape to make sure I don't get excited and splatter it everywhere. Be like, I'm doing good. Oh my god, I accidentally rolled on that, and it's not supposed to have paint. Oh no. How do I get it? Oh no, I smeared it. So, we don't want to get the paint on the floor on that, because I want to keep that wood. So, yeah, we're taping things. But yeah, it's really easy to do. It's not hard at all. I've painted walls. I've done drywall. I mean, I've done a lot. When my parents moved into my grandma's house, we built on and we remodeled. My stepdad even had me help him do some of the roofing. He didn't have me do a whole lot because I'm not very sturdy on a roof, because yeah, I have vertigo. But he showed me how to do it. I can't do that with my roof because it's not the same kind of roof. His is shingles and this is tin, so I can't do this one. So I'll have to probably hire somebody to do it because I don't know how to do a tin roof. But but yeah, instead of like hiring workers for absolutely everything, and and I'm glad that he did it this way because this way we got to learn things, and that's important because when you end up going out on your own, not everybody is going to be able to afford to pay somebody to do stuff for them. So everything that needed fixed around there except for the electrical, and he even tried to teach us a little bit of plumbing. But electrical, I'm not screwing with that. That's just too dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Obviously, he hired somebody to do the electrical. But but like everything. I didn't really learn much about the plumbing. I wasn't paying attention all that well because it wasn't one of the things I found fascinating. The flooring and actually they didn't do stick on tile when they moved in. The stick on tile that I know how to do, I learned from the person who uh, pretty much put the house together when my grandma and I first moved in when I was like 5 or 6. So but I remember everything the guy did. I watched intensely because I found it fascinating and I was like, wow, you're putting stuff on the floor that's sticky and now you're putting the floor on the floor. Wow. Keep in mind I was like 5 or 6. So but yeah, so I mean, it's not hard. I know what I'm doing. I know how to fix up my house. I just some of it I can't physically do myself because some things I don't know how to do, like electrical and my roof, and I don't know how to put in windows, but we don't have to worry about that because I don't even know how long it's going to take for me to get the windows. They're ordered. My um the park manager ordered the windows for me. That's really nice of him that they pay for the windows. That's really nice. So we don't have to worry about the windows. So that's nice. Um, there's only one window that desperately needs to be replaced. There are broken windows, but they're covered. But and they still need to be replaced. But it's not as much of a necessity because they're covered with glass, and sealed up pretty well. But the one window is not sealed up. It is not covered, and it needs replaced badly. So, but when they come, they come. It's not like he hasn't ordered them. So, there's that. I will have to pay somebody to put them in, because I don't know how to do that. But like I said, most everything else I know how to do. Everything else that needs done, aside from wiring and roofing and windows, I know how to do. I mean, skirting I don't know how to do, and siding I don't know how to. Siding doesn't actually need to be replaced. I just think it's ugly, so that's gonna be like the last thing I do. But the very last thing, because it's not a necessity. It's more I want it done because I think it's hideous. But you can deal with ugly, but you can't deal with things smelling or with things being broken or yeah. Gotta fix the things that need fixed before I get to my siding is ugly. But it'll get done. But anyway, so I've got to get more paint as soon as I can. I got to get paint in general as soon as I can afford it, and like get that done. And I do want to all of these kind of rafter looking things. They're not rafters, but they look like it, that have lights in them. Some of them are painted for some reason, I don't know why they did that, but it looks retarded. And it's the ugliest color of paint I've ever seen. It's like a grayish tan. It's really ugly. Um, but I prefer it the natural color, so I'm actually going to but I'm not just gonna polyurethane that. I'm gonna stain it and then polyurethane it. It probably doesn't need to be polyurethaned again, but because it is shiny, but I want the smell gone, and that's how you seal in stain anyway. So I'm gonna stain it in polyurethane. I'm gonna sand those rafter things down, and then stain and polyurethane them. Um, but yeah, it's all going to be a process. It's going to take time because I'm poor. I'm really poor. I know how to do it all. I'm just poor. But yeah, it'll get done. But anyway, so now that I've gotten completely off topic, I'm sorry. um, the reason why I decided to do this video. So I've been looking for ways to help him calm down when I'm not home, and peanut butter seems to work for him. It seems to help a little bit. He really likes peanut butter. I have a hollow bone that Sam gave me. His dog really only played with it when people came over and was like, "Hey, look, I can chew on this. Look how cool I am. I can chew on it." But otherwise, never touched it. So he gave it to Siren, and it had like this crumbly peanut butter in it, like deep down. And he was putting real peanut butter in it, and she would lick at it when she had it, but otherwise never really touched it. So I was like, that's a great idea to help him calm down when I'm not home. Put him in the cage. I mean, at first it was just trying to put that on the floor and hope that he focuses on that the whole time I'm gone. He ignored it and trashed my house. But putting him in the cage with it, it seems to calm him down enough for him to be able to relax and not freak out too much. And I mean, he's trapped in a cage. Where's he gonna go? What's he gonna destroy in the cage, other than like moving everything in his cage around, like pulling the blanket up and moving it to a corner, and like, I don't care if he moves his toys. I don't care if he moves his blanket. He's not putting holes in them. I mean, I don't care. He's not hurting anything. It's a lot better than eating my furniture, breaking my kitchen shelf into so many pieces it can't be put back together. It has to, go out to the garbage. So yeah. But so I started putting peanut butter inside this hollow bone, and I kind of chonked, uh, chiseled out. I knew the word. I just couldn't think of what the word was. Chiseled out the rest of the peanut butter inside the bone, so it's fully hollow now. So I'm sorry, my ear is itchy. I don't know why it's so itchy, but probably one of those sensory issues. I get like random itches everywhere for no reason. But so now I can put peanut butter all the way, well, not all the way down, but as far down as the spatula will go. And like fill it up pretty far. And then so he has that. But so I was thinking, what other ways can I help him calm down other than just his bone? Maybe there's other things I can try. I tried the lick mats. That was a very bad idea. Thank God I didn't buy the bigger, more expensive one, because he ate them. Ate the lick mats. Yeah. So I'm not buying those again. However, I did see online how they have this thing where like you put peanut butter in like a silicone mold, and then you when you pull it and then put it in the freezer, and when it's frozen you pull it out and put it in this like little container thing that holds it, and then he can lick it. Now, I don't have the container to put it in, but it's not like he doesn't have a dish. We can use the dish. So, so I have some silicone molds here. I have a lot more in storage. And I know I have more. I think I have more. I should have more. I swear I have more. They're probably in my crafting bin that's in the spare room closet that I don't want to touch. I'm dreading going in there going through shit. I don't want to deal with it. I want to ignore it until I start bringing more stuff in. And then worry about it then. So, there's a lot of things I've been wanting to go in there and go through it and find, but I don't want to deal with it because I just don't. I'll get to it when I get to it. But I have some silicone molds, and the ones that I had in the kitchen already, and some of them were like shaped like candy bars. I actually bought them to make these like little brownie click mochi thingies, which kind of worked, except for the fact that you can't put mochi stuff inside of silicone molds because it doesn't come out. And I got really lucky the first time because with the first one I made, it like for some reason it was like really oily in there, and I tried to do that again and it didn't work. I tried to spray it with oil and then put the stuff in, and that it still became one with the mold. Yeah. So but it did work once. So I have one brownie click mochi with a little clippy in there. You know those little, you stick it in your hair and it clips and it holds your hair. Yeah, those. But you put those in the mold with the mochi stuff, and you just kind of click it back and forth, and it's very satisfying. So I only managed to make one, and then I wasted multiple molds and multiple packages of mochi stuff. So that sucked. But I do still have some left because thankfully that one came with a double. So I have like a mold in the freezer right now that's shaped like candy bars. And one of them says love, and one of them has like little puzzle pieces on it, and like they're really cute. They're just really really cute. But I want to pull them out and show them to you and see if they're actually solid, and because that's what I'm going for, is a solid piece of peanut butter that I can just drop in his dish when I have to leave really, really quick and don't have time to put peanut butter in his bone, and just drop it in his dish and leave and know that there's something to keep him entertained and relaxed while I'm gone. And I mean, it's summer, so it being frozen probably also a benefit because it's cold and it'll help him not overheat. But I'm going to get up and I'm gonna go get those real quick. Now, the reason I have my cane with me right now is because, like I said, I just walked to the courthouse this week, and that has an effect on my body because the cartilage in my knees is disintegrating. The cartilage in my hips is disintegrating. I have spondylitis. I mean, not spondylitis. Sam has spondylitis. Why am I getting myself confused with Sam? That's weird. Okay, I have scoliosis. I knew what I meant. It started with an S. I have scoliosis and I have batwing back. If you don't know what batwing back is, I know it sounds made up, but it's not. Batwing back is when your shoulder blades and your spine are fused into one piece, one solid piece. So because it's one piece, I get a lot of severe pain in my back on top of the scoliosis. Sam also thinks I have disc damage from when my twin used to try to fold my back in half when I was in high school as a punishment for, I don't even know what. I think it was a punishment for my grandma liking me more. Like it's my fault. I'm not denying that she did, because, I mean, this is not me being like stuck up. She genuinely liked me more than all the rest of the kids, and she made it abundantly clear to everyone. And it's not right. I mean, I know I was loved, and I appreciate that I was loved, but it's not fair to the rest of the rest of my siblings that she didn't show the same amount of love to them. I mean, I know that why she showed me so much love, because I was kind of the unwanted child. So she felt she needed to show me that I wasn't unwanted by her. So it wasn't really that she loved me more. It was that she needed to show me that I was loved when everyone else was getting attention from my mom and I was kind of discarded. And my mom doesn't realize this, but I heard her every time she came over and said she did not want to take me. And then I would start crying. My grandma would come in while I'm supposed to be watching Saturday morning cartoons, which I wasn't doing because I was eavesdropping. Because I was excited to go on my visit with my mom and see my brothers and see my sister and, be able to have fun, go eat pizza or go roller skating or whatever fun thing that my mom had planned for that week, and just spend time with my family. I enjoyed spending time with my family. None of them wanted me there. None of them. Not even my mom. And she would go out of her way to make it abundantly clear to my grandma that she was not going to take me. So, and she thinks that I don't know this because she's actually lied to me about it afterwards. Oh, I always wanted you, blah, 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 blah. It was grandma. Grandma wouldn't let me take you. I heard her say it. I was in the doorway listening with the door open, just like a crack. I come in, my grandma comes in, my bowl of cereal is on the floor and kind of spilled all over the bed. And my Saturday morning cartoons are still going, and I'm crying. My face is in my Cheerios crying. And she's like, "It's okay, honey. Let's go to Railside," which is the restaurant that the kind of town restaurant that was in where I lived at when I was a kid. And we would go there every weekend to cheer me up because my mom didn't want me. So we would go there. I'd get biscuits and gravy. She would get, I don't even know, I don't remember what she would get because, like, I don't remember. I was so focused on the biscuits and gravy. I was like, biscuits and gravy. Yes. But it's better than cereal. But, she would give me hugs all the time and sit me on her lap and give me kisses, and everything revolved around making me happy. Everything. Because she knew that I knew, even though it didn't ever really fully sink in when I was a kid until I was actually an adult, because I wouldn't let it because I wanted it too much. I wanted mom to love me just too much for it to sink in. I knew she didn't want me. I knew. I mean, hearing it week after week after week after week after week, part of you always knows, even if you're in complete and total denial, part of you knows. So she went out of her way to make it abundantly clear that I was loved. She smothered me with love, and it made me into kind of a smotherer, which is why I have so many cats. I smother them. They're my babies. They're my family. So yeah, I don't know how I got on that topic. I don't remember how I got on that topic. How did we get on that topic? If I were able to rewind, I'd probably be able to remember how I got on that topic. But anyway, Yeah, peanut butter. Peanut butter for the dog. I'm going to go get that now. But yeah, so McCain is because I walked all the way there and now my body doesn't want to work. Oh yeah, the reason why my body's messed up. That's how we got there. Everything on my body does not want to work today. My legs, like, they don't want to move at all. It feels like my lower legs, the muscles on my lower legs, on the back of my lower legs, feels like I ran a 10K. I can't run a 10K. I'm not physically capable of it. My knees have been giving out since I got home that day. And my hips have been going out since I got home that day. Not to mention the fun shooting pains. Yeah, fun. So, why don't you clean as fast as I need you to? Okay, that's not the exact words the person said, but why can't you clean 24/7? That's not what they said either, but that's what they implied. Well, I'm crippled and not supposed to walk at all because I was warned by my sports medicine doctor that if I use my hand and if I use my knees, they're just going to get worse. That the only thing I can do to prevent them from getting worse is not using them at all. But I live alone. I don't have transportation. So I have to walk and use my hands through the house. I have to walk and to get to the places I need to go that Sam can't take me to. I have to use my legs. I have to use my hand. I'm not supposed to, but I have to. And when I use them and I'm not supposed to, and I use my legs to the extent of walking that far, I have to recover afterwards. And when I don't recover afterwards and I just keep cleaning afterwards nonstop, which is what I had to do because I was kind of threatened that if I don't do that, I'm going to be forced to move from my home, which I own. So now my body doesn't work because I didn't get to rest like I'm supposed to after having walked all the way to the courthouse that I needed the rest for. I'm supposed to rest for an entire day, not that day, not just that day, but an entire day afterwards. So yesterday, I should have been resting all day yesterday for my body to be able to recover from that walk. I didn't do it. I was busy trying to make the person I was seeing there happy. So, to try to make it clear that I don't need to leave my home. I don't need to be forced to move from something I own that I pay $330 for a month plus water. That's the lot rent. To move into something that is a quarter of the size of my home, upstairs, and cost my entire income. And no yard for the dog. So, no. So, I'm not moving. I know that she can do whatever she wants to me, but I own my home. It's big enough for me. Well, it's not big enough for me, but it's bigger than a quarter of the size of my home. I have a yard for my dog. I have room for my cats. I own my home. I only pay $330 for it a month, which is within my budget, within my income to afford. All I need to do is the skills that I actually have to fix it up. And if I were to move, I wouldn't be allowed to fix up a place. I actually am anticipating fixing it up. I want to fix it up. Not just because I have to. I mean, I know I have to. It needs to get done. And I want it done. But I want to fix it up. I've been dreaming of having my own home so I could fix it up for decades now. Yes, I'm that old. But but yeah. So yeah, I want to fix up my home. I have dreams. I have plans. And of course I'm going I've got to do it anyway because I've got to get rid of the smell in here, but I want to do it. It's not just a need. It's and I mean, it's not just someone telling me to do it. I mean, even if somebody wasn't telling me to do it, just being this bad, I've been trying to get it done since I moved in. It just took, I couldn't do anything until the carpet came out. And it took until June to get the carpet out. So I moved in October, and it took until June to get the carpet out. But now that the carpet's out, I can actually start focusing on getting some stuff done in here, getting things fixed, and getting, the paint done on the floor and paint on the walls, and staining and polyurethaning all the wood, and, just getting it not just livable, but actually nice and decent and beautiful and, mine. But that's a big thing that I really, really, really want to do. I've never had a home that I could actually change the floor or change the walls or any of that. I've never had a home that I could be whoever I want in. I've never had a home that I could have my animals in and not be threatened over it and kicked out over it. I've never had a home that if I didn't pay extra rent every month to make the person happy without any contract of needing extra rent, them just wanting to have extra rent off the books, I get kicked out for it. Or all the crazy manipulative shit. I've never had I've never lived anywhere where a landlord was willing to fix things, and I wasn't allowed to fix things. So things just never got fixed. If I paid for it to get it fixed, they would threaten to kick me out for fixing it because they're like, "Oh, you can't take that off the rent." And I'd be like, "Well, I fixed it. It's fixed now. Rent, take it off the rent or not, it's fixed now." "Well, we didn't want you to fix that. We're going to kick you out now." What? Why? I fixed it. You don't have to worry about it. I fixed it. You're going to kick me out for fixing stuff? Okay. You didn't have to pay for it to be fixed. You got it fixed for free and you're mad about it. What? But yeah, I've never lived anywhere where I didn't get kicked out for crazy ass freaking reasons that doesn't make any sense. Because people are power hungry and only care about money. So yeah, I've even been kicked out of my home before because my landlord would not stop trying to break in and trying to rape me, and his wife got jealous and blamed me for it. She kicked me out because he was trying to rape me. Yeah. Because she thought I was coming on to him. Dude was old enough to be my grandpa, and I had a boyfriend, and he's trying to bust open my door in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping. Oh yeah, that's definitely me coming onto him. Him trying to break down my door while I'm sleeping. Yep. It was so me. It was so me. But yeah, that's creepy. Someone old enough to be your grandpa hitting on you. Yeah, that's not okay. I know some women are into older men. That's not a thing for me. That's this. Just no. I have a thing where like not only do I not like being hit on by older men and younger men, both are just ew. Um, but I don't like being hit on after I've already mentioned that I'm taken. If I've already mentioned that I'm taken and someone hits on me, you've gone too far, and I will never speak to you again. It's done. You had your warning. You knew I was taken, and you did it anyway. And never again. You'll never be around me again, because boundaries. Gotta respect boundaries. If you can't respect the boundaries of someone else's relationship, you don't need to be in my life. So, anyway, I know I'm so bad about staying on topic. It's the ADHD. But anyway, I will go in there and I will get the peanut butter. I will get the peanut butter out of the freezer. Bear with me. I will be right back. Okay. Sorry, it's so slow. I'm in a lot of pain. No, it's only like on the other side of the room, and the room is not that big. I can't move more than shuffling my feet. I'm just in that much pain. So bear with me, guys. It's gonna take me a lot longer than it should to get over there and back. Hopefully it doesn't thaw by the time I get back to the couch. Alright. Now you can't tell me I'm not in pain. Because obviously I'm clearly in a lot of pain. And they act like I'm like making it up or faking it. Yep. So faking it. That's not supposed to be still soft and peanut buttery. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Okay, this one looks like marble. But it is a solid actual little... I mean, it's still getting peanut butter on me, but it's still it's a nice solid little peanut butter brick. I'm going to put this one in his dish. And then let him have that for the night and put the rest in the freezer. But I'm going to sign off now so I can actually do that, because I don't want you guys to have to wait for me to come go over there and then come back. But anyway, I'm gonna sign off now, so you guys don't have to, sit here and stare at my couch and wait for me to barely move. Inch across the room, shuffling my feet like I'm old. That's embarrassing when you're in so much pain that all you can do is shuffle your feet. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I'm just in a lot of pain. I can barely move. And I mean, and I still, even today, I still busted ass. As you can see, last week my couch did not look like this. This morning my couch did not look like this. Even though all I can do is shuffle my feet, I still busted ass to make sure I changed the sheet and put the top mattress, or whatever, the mattress cover, or whatever it's called, the foam thing, the memory foam thing, back up where it's supposed to be, because as you probably noticed in my last video, it was sagging down quite a bit. The cover thingy that goes over it before you put on the sheet was falling off. The sheet had already fallen off from one end of the couch. It really needed to be put back together and a new sheet put on, and rearranged, because it had gotten to the point where I had like this much room, literally this much room on my couch to sit, and that was it. And the rest was just my stuff everywhere and my pillows everywhere. So I kind of like just rearranged stuff after I got the new sheet on, and very minimal things were moved out of the room, but mostly I just rearranged stuff. And I did put more, because it was starting to hurt me and I was starting to be able to feel the metal bars. So I actually put more cushion underneath before I put the new sheet on. So there's that. So I did that, and so that's gonna help. But that also helps with holding stuff on the back as well, so things don't like fall on top of me endlessly while I'm sitting down. That'll give it more girth on the top, more width on the top, for it to hold stuffies and pillows and whatever I want up there. So before, I had stuff on there and it kept falling down on top of me, so I slowly started to give up on putting it back. and just piled it all right there, and all right there. And I was like, whatever. But now that I have more cushion on the whole thing, there's more width up there for things to hold more sturdily there. And I think that might also keep the foam from sliding forward also. I don't know, because it's only been a few hours, so we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to sign off now and give this bar to the dog, and put this back in the freezer. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys like this idea. If you do, and you want to try it, let me know in the comments. If you have already done it, let me know how yours turned out. If you do it after this and then want to let me know how it turned out, let me know in the comments. I don't get a whole lot of comments. Usually it's either very strange comments that I don't understand, and so I don't reply because I don't know what they mean. or or it's Sam, where the last one was like, I was talking about my allergies, and my food allergies, and I was talking about, because I'm allergic to hot dogs. He knows all of my food allergies, but he likes to tease me about them. He's the only person that actually genuinely knows and remembers my food allergies, other than my friend Lindsay, who doesn't even live in the same state. So it's not like she's gonna accidentally give me the wrong food and then like be like, oh no, I forgot. Because we don't live in the same state. But I mean, it is nice that she knows what they are anyway. So I feel loved. I know she loves me. She's a great friend. And she knows I love her. I hope so. You better know. I love you, Lindsay. I love you, girl. I love you. You're my girl. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I'm such a dork. But you know, you can dork with your best friend. If you can't dork with your best friend, they're not your best friend. I'm just saying, if you can't dork with your best friend, they're not really your best friend. Your best friend you can dork with. Okay? That's their job. But anyway, anyway, yeah, so like yeah, he was saying something about it's a good thing I'm not allergic to cheese. And the reason he made this joke is because when I make anything with cheese on it, it's like a whole bag of cheese. It's like that much cheese. The whole thing is cheese. I like cheese. A lot. And if I make you something with cheese and you throw away the cheese, I get very angry because you wasted my cheese. If you don't want the cheese, take it off, put it to the side, and then let me eat it later. Don't waste my cheese. Meow. What's the matter, Albion? But anyway, so yeah. I would like more comments from people, you know? Just let me know what you think of things, you know? What can I do to improve my videos? Don't tell me to talk less, because that's not physically possible. I've tried. but anyway, yeah. Like, what fidgets would you like me to review when I can afford it again? I have a long list of ones I want to buy, trust me. But if you give me ideas, I might be able to dig through my wish list and be like, I have that one in there. Where is it? I'll buy that one first. but yeah, so yeah, I want to hear more comments from people, you know? Like, I mean, I'm not telling you, you have to comment or I'm going to be mad. No. No, I'd like to hear more comments from you guys because I would love to interact with you guys. I don't want to just be a content maker and, like, ignore my fans, because that's not how I feel about it. I want to hear from you guys. What is the matter, Albion? He sounds like he's in a mood. Unless he's on Cali. He's probably on Cali again. I think she's in heat. Because, I mean, she must be because he keeps climbing on top of her. So, anyway, comments. I like comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. And have an absolutely beautiful day. And, yeah, if you haven't noticed, Boys Keen 2. That's not her. That's Albion. That's the boy. She hasn't keened. He's the one keening. So boys do it too, and they're louder than the girls. But anyway, have a beautiful day, and if no one has told you today, you are loved, you are appreciated, you are enough, and don't let anyone tell you any different. Bye-bye.